Damn, JB, you made it.
Okay. All right, so we are live. Listen to me, whether you like it or not, you cannot afford to live a full life. There should always be two versions of you, the suffering version and the net worth version. All billionaires had two versions of themselves. One version that is always working hard, as though he doesn't have the billions. And there's always another version that keeps working hard as though he or she doesn't have billions. The first half is the one you see running the company. Think of any billionaire. Just think of any billionaire you know, any millionaire, billionaire. He has two versions. That version you see is the one that works hard as though he's still broke. There's a popular song in Nigeria. Dangote, 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 still they find money. That song is so true because the billionaires work harder than some of us. They work hard as though they've not seen money. That is because permanently in the mind of a billionaire is that I am just one half of the full fruit. There's a half of me that would have to continue working. Why there's a half of me called the net worth that is already a billionaire. So they count it as though they are actually not billionaires. And that's where the half-life theory comes from. So as a person who wants to grow financially, you cannot live with your money as though it is yours. Assume it is not yours. Like literally, just assume that it's not yours. Now, there's something I learned from Bishop David Oyedepo. His church literally saves 50% of every money generated as offering, tithe, seed, whatever. And so when I considered that they have something called reserves, it was really fascinating that the church is actually worth more, double of what it is worth at any point. And so when it was time for them, they could afford a canopy, they could afford a bigger venue. They wouldn't move to that bigger venue because they needed to save 50% of what they just made. So a month where a church makes 5 million naira, right, in revenue, right, to expand the church, instead of using 5 million naira, they use 2.5 and keep the remaining 2.5 for future. It is locked permanently in reserves. Look at yourself. Imagine if you started saving half of all you earned. The first thing that will happen, and this is funny, the first thing that will happen would be that your life will become more broke. You will start suffering more. And so, many times when it comes to saving money, people don't realize how poor you need to live to be able to save. To be able to save, you have to become poorer than you are now. Okay, let me not use the word poor. Become broke, more broke than you are now. Right now, you are already broke, right? To actually now save 50% of your income, you have to be more broke than you currently are. Listen carefully. If you've been trying to save, let me teach you what I did in 2022. Listen, in 2022, I started living on half of my life. So right now, if your monthly spend is 50,000 naira, you can actually live on 25,000 naira and save 25,000 naira. The reason you don't think so is because you are so used to spending all of your money that adjustment is very painful and very difficult. Not impossible, but very painful and very difficult. In your head, the best thing to do in your head, imagine that you didn't earn 100K. Assuming 100K, I'm assuming that 100K is your monthly salary. Just in your head, imagine that what you earned in that month was 50K, which is possible. I mean, we live in Nigeria. Many people in Nigeria, their salaries get cut down by half. So just assume that your salary got cut down by half. Then the remaining half, put it in an asset that is not a solid, not a liquid asset. So there's a difference in investing. There's a difference between solid assets and liquid assets. Liquid assets are assets that are easy to liquidate. So if you save your money in the bank, if there's urgency, you can easily withdraw it. They call it rainy days. When rainy days comes, you can easily withdraw what is in your bank, correct? Something just came up, somebody's dying, somebody just became sick. Even you just became sick. If it is you especially, you will run to the bank, withdraw the money you've saved over the last 7 months and spend it on one sickness. Why? Because it is liquid. That's why I never advise anybody. To save money in the bank. It is liquid. Put your money in solid assets. What does solid assets mean? Like this video if you're enjoying it so far. Solid assets means an asset that you cannot easily withdraw. If you buy land with 500K, let's say you've saved 500K and you've used to buy land, you can't easily withdraw that land. No matter how sick you are, you cannot sell the land. Because if you know you want to sell it for, like, if you really try to sell the land, you have to sell it for a lower price than what you bought it, correct? Exactly. If you buy another asset, maybe Bitcoin, selling it will be difficult because it must have dipped. And when it has dipped, it's difficult to buy an asset that has already dipped. So my first financial principle, and this is very important for you as a person, always save in solid assets, not liquid assets. Whenever you know it is easy to withdraw the money you have saved in an asset, that is not an asset to save. Let me put it differently. For those of you in Nigeria, you may be receiving payments in Naira, correct? If you convert that Naira to dollar, because of how difficult it was for you to convert it to dollar, you wouldn't want to withdraw it easily. It becomes a semi-solid asset. So when you have to go through extra mile to save a particular amount, you have helped yourself. So most people, their problem is not money. They are making money. Go check your account statement. I'm giving you this is a free test. Please do it. Request for your account statement from your bank. If you use 2 banks, request for your account statement from the 2 banks. If you use 3 banks, request for account statements from all 3 banks. Just request from your account statement and you will see how much you've spent over the last 1 year. I am saying that you could have spent half of that and saved half of that. So if you check your account statement and you see 13 million spent in the last 1 year, what I am saying is that you could have used 6.5 million instead of 13 million, and you could have spent just 6.5 million and saved 6.5 million. The reason it is difficult to save like this, and this is why most people will never be wealthy. Look at your life. Can't you see already that you're not going to retire early? When we were small, what was our dream? To go to university and get first class, right? But as time passes, you will reduce, when you enter university, you will reduce that dream from first class to second class. Because life has showed you that it's not as easy to get what you want. It's not very easy to get what you want. And so when it comes to wealth as well, when it comes to saving, it's also not easy to get what you want. Because the cost, the price you will pay, most people, a normal person will not be able to pay that price. And the price is not so complicated. It's just living on half. Living on half. Live on half of what you earn. Never live on half. If you spend 5K per month, start spending 2.5. I assure you, if 2.5 was all you saw that month, you will spend it without complaining. If it was just 2.5 you saw, you will spend it. But because it's 5K, you are eating up all the 5K. There's no excuse for financial laziness, guys. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. It doesn't make sense for you to not save 50%. Always live on half of your life. The good thing about that is that this part of you is suffering, but there's a part of you in the bank, in assets, that is enjoying. I had to start investing heavily in land because I just noticed that if I don't put this money somewhere where I can easily collect it, I will collect it. It's not rainy days. Rainy days will come and collect your savings. That is life for you. Rainy days will always happen. So the best thing to do as a person, and I'm telling you this from years of financial experience, put your money where it can't be touched. For me, I have an accountant that holds my money for me. I don't see my money in my phone right now. I don't have my money inside my phone. It's not inside my phone. Because I know if I'm seeing it, something I will be craving. Some of the cravings you have, you shouldn't even have it. You shouldn't. The willingness to stay poor while there is a part of you growing, getting richer. The willingness to stay poor, there's a part of you getting richer that keeps enjoying the savings. But you keep staying poor. Keep staying broke. Do your research. Most billionaires don't have cash at hand. They don't have cash in their hand. If not, they will liquidate. You will be surprised how much you can spend. How much your desires you can start craving things that will just carry your money. Pack your money. Pack it. You will just crave a lot of things. There is a man called Kusmas Maduka. How many of you know him? Let me round up. Some of you will know Kusmas Maduka. This guy is a billionaire. And the way you feel when you buy an iPhone. How many of you have bought an iPhone? You know the way you feel when you buy an iPhone, to touch your pockets. No matter the iPhone you buy, except it is one of those fake iPhones. If you buy a real iPhone to touch your pockets, right? Your pocket will feel it. Yes, that's how his pocket will feel if he buys 3 jets. The way you will feel when you buy one iPhone, for him to feel that same way, he will have to buy 3 private jets. Guess what? The man is still flying economy. He's still flying economy. What stopped you? If you have billions, tell me the truth. Let's be honest. Won't you have private jets? Even me that is talking, I will have private jets. I don't understand these people. How do they think? Don't you want to enjoy life? That is the cost. If you want to actually continue growing, there has to be a part of you that is constantly suffering as though there's no money. But there's a part of you that has money just going, just growing, growing. It's as simple as that. Share this episode with your friends if you enjoyed it. And if you want the replay, you can find it on my Instagram page, my Facebook page, or my YouTube page. Just search for Witty Prince, Witty Prince, WITTYPRINCE. If you want the text format, visit wittyprince.substack.com. That is wittyprince.substack.com to get the essays. I've written some blog posts about mental models. All right, our time is up. I'll see you on the next episode. This was episode 5. Tomorrow is episode 6. See you by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so let's end this. Where are thou? Where's the end button? I want to end. Okay, good. I think we are almost there. Okay. End live stream. End live stream.